Welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live. A final look now at your sport news for today. And after the completion of the Carling Cup, the football focus will naturally now shift to the Africa Cup of Nations. And to help us talk about this, local international football, we've roped in two gentlemen who know all too well about playing at this level. They are AmaZulu defender in Ramahlwe Mphahlele, as well as former Sundowns and Bafana midfielder Hlompho Kekana. Yo, midfielder. Good morning, gents. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Rama, let me start with you, because this weekend we got to experience a spectacle with that football exhibition in the Carling Cup final. Part of the team voted for by the fans. How was that experience for you?
Thank you for having me. It was an amazing experience, and I think it's a great concept by Carling. You know, just meeting for like 2-3 days and trying to assemble a team and playing against a team that has been together for so long, Stellenbosch. So it was amazing playing with the younger boys, you know, teaching you new tricks and, you know, and obviously having to guide them in the pitch because they're still young, and you have to understand that certain mistakes they're making them because they're so young. So it was fun, you know. It was fun. We had a good coach. We had a group of good players. So I enjoyed myself. Yeah.
And I think that's something that's come through quite a bit during this Carling Cup, is everyone just speaking about the coach and how good he was. From a spectator point of view, Hlompho, because that's what you were this time around, from the youngsters we got to see and experience some of these DDC players, would you say any of them just like were a standout player for you, and what do you make overall of how they managed to step up at this level?
I think it was a very good football match for two teams that came to entertain us, and I can easily say the younger ones, for me, I was happy for them, you know, to be coached by somebody with football knowledge like Jose Reverio, who I believe he has done so well since he got to Pirates. And you can tell that they took the match very, very serious, even during their preparation, the way they were so focused in details. Rama will tell you about the change room. I was not in the change room, but I could tell the preparation that they're playing against the team that they know very well. The younger ones, of course, they will never see the game the same after that match. Because now they've tested the adrenaline of coming out of that match is so beautiful, and to play with your heroes. I mean, people that have been in the field for long, with Rama, Kune, Ben Mutsaru was there, so lodged in the team. So for me, I think it was just a refreshing moment to see youngsters, you know, having those smile on the face. Quinton said, he's talking about the mistake that they will make. Of course, they are young.
Yes.
But I like the fact that they were not hard on them. They allowed them to be young and naive. I love that about the Carling Black Label for giving that players that platform, you know, to showcase that talent. You know, as in a pressure match, it was a match that they will easily make mistakes and they still recover from them.
Hlompho mentions the change room. Let's talk about the change room and what a lot of that atmosphere and vibe was about. Also, perhaps, Rama, touch about the financial incentive that came with winning the Carling Cup this time around, because you can only imagine for a young DDC player, getting their share of 2 million rand is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I think when we came into camp, the coach just gave us this feeling that, hey, we're here for business, you know. I personally, I should admit that I came in to say we're going to have fun here. And then when I came in there, the first meeting, this guy is so prepared. The training session is so well planned. I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to be...
Very precise.
Yeah, very precise. And the match analysis. And remember, they just lost against Pirates.
Oh, it was a revenge.
Stellenbosch beat Pirates,
Yes, 3-2.
So obviously, you know, he wants to win also.
Oh, it's a revenge match. So he used you guys.
No, he didn't. He didn't put that pressure on us. But like, he gave us a feeling of we're gonna come here and compete against a good team. So, and then coming to incentives, I think to be honest, also it played a part. You know, especially with the young boys, because they'd come to us like, yo, you know, and then you're like, okay, let me also just, you know, be part of this group and try and help them to achieve this goal. And I mean, like Hlompho said, they've tasted what playing in front of 40,000 people feels like, and for me, I'm happy for them, and I hope it gives them hope to say, hey, this is how it is at the PSL, then can we work towards this thing and try and achieve and be serious about our careers. So they're happy. Their accounts will be,
their accounts it's going to be a good January for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Hlompho, naturally one would then look at the Carling Cup and almost look at what possibly this can add into the future Bafana squad. And I want to move our conversation now into Bafana with the AFCON coming up. What do you think the chances are of this Bafana side going into the Africa Cup of Nations?
I think we've got a team, a balanced team that I believe these are the current players that are doing well in their respective teams. So I think going to the tournament like this, you need a performance, unfortunately, and you need to score goals. We need to go there with the mentality of saying we can't concede, we have to score goals. So it's going to be a very tricky one because the first game, I always talk about the first game in a competition. Once you win the first game, you give yourself enough chance to go to the knockout stages. So the first match for these boys is going to be very, very, very crucial for them to win it because then it gives them enough chance because everybody can cancel each other. But it's a tricky one in a competition where there's a lot of good teams around. I'd love to see them at least reaching the semi-final this time around. I think we've got the talent, we've got the coaches. I believe it's about us now that we put the South African flag there.
Indeed, and we are certainly looking forward to that. They always say all good things must come to an end and time flies when you're having fun. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, gentlemen. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations again to you, Rama. 60-something thousand in your account.
It's like a medal, though.
It was, of course, the Carling Cup, 2 million won by the All-Stars team, voted for by South African fans. And, of course, start focusing now at the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations. But that's where we'll leave your sport news for today. Still to come, though, in Morning Live this morning. Elections, climate change, as well as geopolitical divisions, including conflicts, are set to dominate the year ahead. To discuss what we can expect in 2024, we will be joined in the studio this hour by our US correspondent Sharon Bryce Peace, who is on a break in South Africa. I saw him in the makeup room earlier on. Absolutely lovely to see him in person. Let's take a quick ad break. When we come back, SK continues with this morning's Morning Live.